Alright, what's going on everyone? We are back to exploring the Explorer format, where I take all my old standard decks and try to make them work in Explorer. And this one I'm not so sure about. I'm not sure if this is going to be good enough. We'll talk about it. If you're not familiar with this deck, this is a deck that plays a whole bunch of creatures with Flash, like Brineborn Cutthroat. We have Frilled Mystic with Flash. We have Brazen Borrower with Flash. Nightpack Ambusher, Flash. Voracious Great Shark, Flash. Torrential Gearhulk, Flash. So what this does, because our creatures can be played on our opponent's turn, this allows us to play a control game without sacrificing tempo, basically. Because if you think of normal control decks, right? If you have like a 5-drop threat that you want to play, you can't play it on turn 5. You need to play it on like turn 8 or 9, so you can have the 5 mana for the threat and hold up counter spells. But with this deck, we just always hold up counter spells every time, and if our opponent doesn't play a threat that we want to counter, then we just play a threat at the end of their turn. We also get a lot of advantage for doing that. Like Brineborn Cutthroat says, when we cast stuff on our opponent's turn, it gets a counter. Frilled Mystic is a counter spell. It's a counter spell that's also a creature. We have Nightpack Ambusher, which it's a 4-mana 4/4. It makes other wolves get +1/+1. This is the only wolf in the deck, but at the beginning of our end step, if we don't cast a spell on our turn, we get a 2/2. So this means we play a control game, we don't play stuff on our turn ever, and we just get free 2/2s. We have another counter spell. This counters artifacts and creatures. Not sure if this should be in the deck, but I like it, so we're going to be playing it. And same thing with this, 6 mana 5/6 Flash. Also, when you cast it, you get to cast another counter spell from your graveyard. The reason I'm not sure if this is going to be good enough is we don't really get a lot of help from other sets. This is basically a standard deck. So because of that, I'm a little bit worried that this isn't going to be good enough. But we don't know until we try it, right? So let's try it and see how this holds up. I forgot to mention in the deck hack, the important thing to remember here is I'm not pitching this as like the most optimal Flash, Simic Flash deck. This is just, oh no, this is bad. This is just something that I cobbled together. This is terrible, but also like, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep this. I don't think I should be keeping this. This feels like something I should not keep, but I like these two creatures, even though we're not, oh no. This is a very slow hand against a very fast deck. We are in danger. I'm in danger, guys. I'm in danger. It's that meme. Did you know this sleeve was animated? I didn't know it was animated for so long. It's jiggly. Kind of gross. Kind of gross. They're so jiggly. I take 2. Sure. I'm going to play this. Pass the turn. Hold up counter spells. This counters creatures. This can counter anything. They play a 3-drop. We play this. They do not play a 3-drop, so I'll just counter it with this. Cool. Javelinier's fine. Go to 14. If you didn't play this deck, or if you didn't play standard when this deck was in standard, you frequently get absolutely obliterated the first few turns, and you hope to stabilize after like turn 4. So the first few turns, expect to just get completely beaten down. We could bounce. I want to wait until end of turn, just in case there's something I want to counter with Dwari Disruption. That's something that I want to counter with Dwari Disruption. So counter that. We need to draw land like really, really bad. We draw land and we're great. And we do. Alright, so that allows us to counter a spell and play a creature. It's gonna take 3 again, probably. Take this 3, go to 8. Getting close to stabilizing. They're almost out of cards. I have so much power. Counter spells bounce. That's what this deck is all about. Get absolutely destroyed early, and then hope to, fantastic. So we counter this. And now we see the deck. Now it's coming together. This is a casual deck, it looks like, so we're kind of beating up on a casual deck, but I mean, our deck isn't. I don't think this is a tier 1 deck. We're not going to attack. We will trade if necessary. We don't have, oh no, we do have a counter spell. So yeah, I'm a big fat jerk. I'm going to counter that with a, I'm going to counter their 1-drop. Take action. I will absolutely trade. They're out of cards. So we'll do this. This is fine. I'm totally fine with just clearing. They're out of cards now. Oh my god. Okay, so if they play a creature, we play Voracious Great Shark, counter it, and then we probably win. That's a creature, great. I'm terrible. This deck just makes me feel like a cyberbully. I'm such a terrible person. But yep, we'll just attack for 5, play this land, and now we have Torrential Gear Hulk, which can play anti-cognition. Anti-cognition counters unless they pay 2. So it's not perfect. We can play it, make them tap out, I guess. Then bounce with... Okay. Or they just quit. So that worked. It was a casual deck, though. That was a really... That's not a tier 1 deck, but... You see the deck. Alright. Teddy, Roostervelt. What have you got? I've got counter spells and no threats whatsoever. But we do have Memory Deluge to search for them, so I'll keep this. Play this tapped. The opponent's playing red again. That's bad for me. That was a weird animation thing. We got a threat. So, I guess I play this on blue. Play this counter spell this turn, hopefully. They play a 2-drop. They do not. Sure, I'm not going to cycle the Shark Typhoon. This can enter tapped this turn. That's fine. Pass the turn. So if they're playing black, they're going to kill my Nightpack Ambusher. The turn it enters. Most likely. But I think Memory Deluge is going to be good if this is a control deck, a black control deck. They are not doing anything, are they? Alright, cool. I mean, I'm fine. This deck is all about stalling until turn 4. We are on turn 4, so we are in the clear, but we have removal to contend with, I'm sure. Cauldron Familiar. No. We counter that. We untap all of our lands. Great. And we'll play this end of turn. See if it survives. Is it going to get eaten immediately? Yes, it is. That's fine. That was expected. Draw a Brazen Borrower. That's pretty good. I think I just want more blue. I have so many blue cards. We'll play this. We'll pass. We'll Jawari Disruption if there's a 4 or 5 drop. Depending on how many lands they have and whatnot. If not, we just Memory Deluge. I guess we're looking for a land for Shark Typhoon. That's fine. They tap out for anything, it's getting countered. Nothing? Interesting. I guess we Memory Deluge. We want 1 land and then, like, anything. Yeah, that would be good. So we'll take that and a land. Great. I'm just going to play this. This is shields down, but it's just so good. I'm fine with it. So this, whenever we cast a non-creature, we get an XX Blue Shark. I'm not sure if this is that great in my build right now, because I don't have a ton of spells. I am very creature heavy with a Voracious Gray Shark. This probably hits my Nightpack Ambusher, I assume. So if we draw another land, we can cast this, get a 7/7 Shark. The Shark is the size of the converted mana cost of the spell. Yeah, there goes my Nightpack Ambusher. So this is going to put a bunch of creatures out. If they're a black, like mid-range control deck. Looks like they're like a Rakdos mid-rangey type of thing. Oh, okay. Looking a little bit more aggressive now. But sure. Okay. Take 1. Frilled Mystic is great. So I'm going to pass. And the plan is going to be to counter something and bounce something. This is fine. They're going to go to combat first. We'll just bounce this. Get a 2/2. This does count as a spell. Great. I'm not going to block though. No blocks. Nope. If they pump this up huge, maybe we bounce instead of worrying about this. Nothing? Alright, that's cool. And then we probably Frilled Mystic the Spawn of Mayhem when they replay it. Yep, and now we do this. Get that out of there. Take action. And opponent concedes. You do get a lot of early concessions when playing with this deck. Alright. Let's get another one with this deck. This is like amazing or terrible. If I hit 4 lands, it's insane. If I don't, we lose. And that's basically it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully this Growth Spiral gets me a land. That is not a land. Just going to play this on green. And pass. Oof, we really need a land or 2. Need 2, obviously. We have all 4 drops. All 4 drops in my hand. Incubation Druid, alright. Sure. Give me a land, please, 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 please. Yes. Give me another land, please, please, please. Yes. Never doubted. Never doubted. Alright, so now we have counter spell that untaps our land so we can play a threat. That seems pretty good. That can't be countered, right? That can't be countered? I don't know. We'll counter it. Counter that. I forget. I never remember what Questing Beast does. It does everything. Play this. End of turn. We never play anything on our turn when we have Night Pack Ambusher. I mean, we never play anything on our turn ever, regardless. So we get this 2-2, which is actually a 3-3 because it's getting pumped by the Ambusher. Charging Mo. That's not. It's not a tier 1 competitive card, but okay, we'll take that out. Playing against some casual stuff, but that's okay. It's okay. This is gonna be a fast game. Attack. Okay, I don't know why that was not doing anything. Play a blue source, end the turn, get a 2-2 or a 3-3. If we play multiples of these become 4-4s, and they pump each other. Well, we're gonna counter something here, and then win the game. Yeah, we're gonna counter that, and then win the game. All right, well that was a quick one. we're gonna play another one. I was planning on this to be my last game, but we'll play another one because that was. I mean, they're playing Charging Monstrosaur. That's interesting. I mean, it's basically a reality smasher, right? Alright, let's see if we can lose with this deck. We haven't had success at losing yet. It's so, like, not good. I needed, like, a growth spiral with a hand like this. And we have 3 lands, technically. I'm gonna try it. This is not something I should keep, I don't think. I mean, we have 2 Night Pack Ambushers. We draw lands. That's probably good. This is a counter spell, so that's good. So we can play this as a land if necessary. We just need 1. We have a counter spell here. Playing against a sacrifice deck. Rakdos Sacrifice of some kind. Just animated. No. I froze. So we play this on blue. We did draw a land. That's good. We've got a counter spell up this turn. It counters non-creatures. But, you know, it counters Witch's Oven. Stuff like that. Counter Stasis. I guess, yeah, that's fine. Counter. Counter that. We probably play this as a land this turn. That way we'll have 4 untapped the following turn. That'll be the idea. Unlucky Witness. What is this? When it dies, exile the top 2 cards. Okay, so it lets you play extra stuff. Sure. There's another land. I need blue sources. I need 2 blue sources, so I need 2 blue sources for this. So we'll play this pass. We have no plays this turn. Next turn we can counter something and then we start taking over the game, hopefully. We have 5 lands total, so we're close to this. And this can recast this as a fight spell. So that's cool. Mayhem Devil is okay. This can only sacrifice artifacts, so these are not artifacts. I see what they're doing though. So we'll play this. Pass. Sacrificing these in a sacrifice deck makes a lot of sense. And this is a new card. Maybe this is being played in these decks, and I just haven't noticed. But yeah, Unlucky Witness in a sacrifice deck is reasonable. Shoot. I want to hold this up for counters, but I could take this. Can I? I already passed, so it doesn't matter. Mayhem Devil is a little scary. I mean, we're taking 5 going to 13. And they have a Mayhem Devil. Nothing. Alright, we'll play this. This might get killed immediately. Does it survive? Removal spell? No? Interesting. Alright, we'll play this. We will pass. I'm not going to attack. I'm more concerned about my life total right now. So we can counter something. We have 7 power to block with. They have a removal spell. We'll counter that. Land. That is definitely no. No, 2 Mayhem Devils is not okay. That is absolutely not okay. That is absolutely terrifying. So that has to go. Opponent's got 1 card in hand. Sacrifices itself. deals a damage to me or my knife hack ambusher, probably. Alright, that's fine. Fatal push. Pretty good. Pretty good in the sacrifice deck. Ooh, that is, like, kind of great. So we're just gonna pass. So now we can counter something, untap our lands, play Night Pack Ambusher. That's, I guess, yeah, they're out of cards, so we'll just counter whatever we can. Counter that, untap all of these. It'd be great if they attacked. I don't think they will, but it'd be great. Alright, so play this end of turn. Would love to draw land for this. For Torrential Gearhulk. What do we draw? Ooh, a counter spell. Interesting. So these, when does it, until your next end step. I'm kind of in a weird place where I don't want to give them, they can block with those unlucky witnesses, and that's not great. And I have pretty good control of this game at this moment. So if I attack into them, they just block with these and get extra cards. Whereas if I just wait, I can keep countering their stuff and eventually get Shark Typhoon. Like, I'm going to counter this. I just don't want them getting out. Like, they're all in top deck mode, right? And I don't want them getting out of it. So my plan is just to keep them here as long as I can until I get the 6th land, when I can start taking over with Shark Typhoon. That's not a 6th land, but it will get me my 6th land. So we just pass here. I mean, they're kind of stuck, and I'm just getting more and more wolves. If they have a board sweeper, I'm not too concerned about it, because I can start taking over a Shark Typhoon after a board sweeper too, so... I'm frozen. Please, Arena, why are you always like this? This is fine. So end of turn here, I am going to do this, get a land. I should get a land. I get to look at 4 cards. Yeah, so I'll take a land and Growth Spiral. Great. Play this on blue. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, this is fine. I won't get a wolf this turn, but this gets kind of crazy, of course, especially with 2 of them. Pass the turn. Like, it's really difficult for my opponent to get out of here, out of this situation, because they're getting 1 card per turn. Ooh, Thoughtseize, that's gonna hit my Shark Typhoon, I bet. I'm assuming. They just get to they see my hand and it was like, nah, alright, you got it. Alright, well, that was Simic Flash, and I cannot believe how well we performed with it. Holy crap, I was not expecting this. In my intro, I wasn't like being like all humble, like, oh, I like this deck, but it's not going to be good. I legitimately just did not think this would perform well, just because we don't get a lot of extra stuff out of the standard deck, but Memory Deluge was really good, getting lands. We didn't see Torrential Gearhulk do much. We did draw it a lot, considering we only have 1, but like, it performed well. It felt pretty good. So, there you go. This is like one of my favorite decks in recent history. Literally, I enjoyed playing Standard and Magic Arena more when this deck was in Standard than, like, ever. It's like, I played the crap out of this deck. And I think it illustrates something that's true for Modern and Legacy. The stereotype with those formats is, when you have non-rotating formats, even though there are tier 1 decks, if you play an archetype that you're super familiar with and super comfortable with, you could still perform really well with like tier 2 and tier 3 and even casual decks, because sure, you're not playing the best deck, but those metagames tend to be so deep that even the tier 2 and tier 3 decks are perfectly capable of performing super well in the right hands. And that allows you to sort of latch on to the archetypes that you enjoy playing and, you know, perform well with them, even if that deck isn't necessarily well suited in the metagame at the moment. And I think that's the case here. This deck isn't a tier 1 deck at the moment. No one else is really playing this. I haven't seen it that much. I haven't played against it once. I've not seen a single person playing this deck. But I played the crap out of it in Standard. I'm super familiar with it. I think I'm pretty good at navigating games with this deck. I played this more than any Standard deck ever. I think I played this deck. I loved it so much, and I was able to sort of get through those games pretty well. So yeah, find archetypes that you like, find old Standard decks that you like, and try them, because I think this is a good example for me. Worked well. not a tier 1 deck, but I love the archetype, I love the deck, and I was able to win pretty consistently with it, so that's pretty cool. So there you go, guys, just another exploration of the Explorer format. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.